Ilya Kapitanov, and I'm a freshman at Columbia Southern University. No, this is not going to be a cooking video. With this video, I'm going to try and convince you to buy a used vehicle. Next time it's time for you to buy, please consider and buy used. My target audience will be young people. I'm trying to give them a piece of advice.
Is this a cooking show?
Huh, there's a couple young people here. Oh. No, this is not a cooking show, son. This will be a topic that will help you save money in the long run.
Well, it smells nice.
It does smell nice because I cook good too. But with this video, I'm going to convince you to buy a used vehicle. Let's talk about financing. It all starts and it all ends with money, I guess. Over the course of a payment, let's take, for instance, you finance the vehicle. Very few of us can buy outright, pay cash for the vehicle. You finance the vehicle. So, your financing, depending on your financial institution, will be closely linked to the amount that you're trying to finance. Any finance, any interest rate that you take currently will translate into payment that is a lot bigger than the amount that you finance. Meaning that you're going to pay over twice, sometimes 3 times more than you buy the vehicle for. Just like a recipe for food, I'm going to give you the recipe for buying a used vehicle. It basically consists of a couple of things. It's going to consist of financing. It's going to consist of depreciation and maintenance. It's going to consist of taking care of the environment. And it's going to consist of the features of the vehicle. Just like the ingredients of a food that you prepare. There are ingredients for a recipe when you're buying a used car. Everybody has a plan. So basically your plan is going to involve a couple of different components. You're going to look at the financing. You're going to look at the maintenance of the vehicle. You're going to look at the impact that you're going to have at the environment. And you're going to look at the features of the vehicle. What's the financial part? It all starts with money. It all ends with money. Basically, everybody is taking care of their finances and they're trying to be cautious. So, how much are you going to finance? This is going to influence, okay, the financial aspect. It all starts with money. It all ends with money, I guess. Just like the fact that you don't want to waste food, the same logic applies. You don't want to waste money. So, basically, financing is important. None of us pays cash. In America, we don't pay cash for the vehicles. We finance them, which means that the higher the amount that you're going to pay for the car. The next point is the insurance. Most, if not all, of the financed vehicles require full coverage, which means that it's going to be covered depending on the amount that you pay. And the amount goes up. Alright, I got another one for you. Personal property tax. Depending on the jurisdiction that you live in, city, county, the property tax that you're going to pay is directly linked to the amount that you're going to pay for your car. But I love the smell of new, you're going to say. Well, that smell, it's not going to last. First time you go to the drive-thru, first time you drop a slice of pizza between the seats, that smell of new is gone. And according to the Consumer Report, the value of your vehicle drops tremendously as soon as you drive it off the new car lot. Another thing you're going to say, but it costs so much to maintain these vehicles. Used ones. Well, no it doesn't. It's okay to do your own maintenance. It's okay to replace parts on these vehicles. Parts are not that expensive. And it's all in the book. All of the steps are pretty much listed. You can do it yourself. You can do it. Or you can compare the rate at any respectable body shop or maintenance shop charges you for taking care of your vehicle. which is easily $100 an hour. Anyway, enough about this. Let's talk about the environment. Let's talk about the impact that you're going to have when you purchase new. I know you're going to defend the point but they create new jobs. They open up new plants. People need to work. I understand that. But how much is involved in the manufacturing of a new vehicle versus the vehicles that are already on the road, that are not in bad shape? They have depreciated enough to leave less of a carbon footprint versus a brand new vehicle, even the hybrids, even the electric vehicles. Insane amount of money, insane amount of resources are spent to fabricate this car. And then they are branded and they are marketed as something that is good for the environment. But a lot of the environment is being ruined by the fabricating of this car, by the manufacturer. Instead of improving on the technology, technology seems to stay the same. A little comparison. The fuel efficiency of the vehicles over the course of 40 years have improved 8%, taking out of the equation the hybrids and the pure electric vehicles. 8%, what your grandparents' vehicle was giving you in terms of miles per gallon, this is pretty much what you get now. With all the technology, all the hooplas of efficiency, fuel efficiency, cutting off cylinders and stuff, it hasn't improved but 8%, which is ridiculous. Which brings me to the next point of the technology. How many gadgets do we need in these vehicles? What does this button do? Well, I don't know. I never use this button. How about this button? What does this button do? Well, I don't know. I never touched this button. What do? You drive. What is driving supposed to be? Intuitive. Meaning the driver needs to be involved in the process of driving of the vehicle. Not the other way around. The car doesn't drive you. You drive the car. So what does the manufacturer do? What does the marketing companies do? They gear towards electronics. They gear towards technology. Basically, they fill these vehicles with gadgets. Whereas driving, like I said, is supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be intuitive. You're supposed to be paying attention to the road. In any event, I will stop now. I think I've driven my points enough. Kids, you agree? Okay. We touched on the financing. The more you spend on the car, basically, in the long run, the more expensive it's going to be for you. We've covered the taxes. We've covered the insurance. We've covered the impact that you make on the environment. You've covered the amount of gadgets and electronics that are distracting for you. Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. My point: buy used, kids. Use it. Buy used.